on the mics. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome, everyone, and pull up a seat at the table. It's lunchtime in Rome. Tonight's episode 183 is entitled Changing Traditions. As an adult, how have the holidays changed for you? How have they changed for your kids? What traditions have remained or faded for you, and what new traditions have you and your family found yourselves revisiting year after year? We'll be talking about this week at the table. Pull up a seat at the table and join us. First-time listeners can subscribe on your favorite podcast app, watch us live at lunchtimeinrome.com/live, or listen directly on lunchtimeinrome.com. While there, you can take our relational needs questionnaire. Make sure to follow us on all social media, and it would be great if you could give us a 5-star review. Lex, what specifically is this podcast about?
Being alone is the worst. Good times aren't as good, and bad times are worse when you are all alone. Romans 12:15 says to rejoice with those who rejoice and mourn with those who mourn. That is how you keep people from being alone, and what this podcast is all about. We demonstrate that in the first 15 minutes of the podcast and talk about it for the rest. So while it may not be 12:15 in Rome, we're treating it like it is
Lunchtime in Rome. Girls take over.
So, to start, why don't we each take a turn and reintroduce ourselves?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But first, for anyone listening or watching, fair warning, we're talking about Christmas and all the things that go with it. So if you have little listeners that maybe have that, still believe in the magic of Christmas,
Spoiler
Yes,
alert.
right.
like
Yeah.
maybe have them not listen. I don't know. So there. So I'm Rachel.
Hi, friends.
Hi, friends. I'm married to Jay. You go.
I'm Amy, and I'm married to Chris.
I'm Lex, and I'm married to Brian.
I'm Amy. I'm married to Eric.
Eric on tech. Thanks.
Yes.
So for the immediate, how was everybody's Christmas?
Very good.
It was good. I'll go.
Yeah.
It was busy. We did a lot of hosting this year. We usually don't have this much, but just with circumstances, people were sick or just had some things going on. So yeah, we'll take it. We'll do it. So I'm very proud that we did very good. We teamed up, and Maggie had a great Christmas, and it was fun to be Santa and surprise her and see the joy and wonder in her face. And so she really enjoyed it. But yeah, overall really good, and still more Christmas to come in a couple days.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah, we also had a lot of hosting, which was fun. I think there was one point where we had 27 people packed into our house.
Yeah.
But it was a blast, and really a good time and good conversations and just a great vibe in the house. And also wonderful private downtime with the family, a relaxing Christmas morning, just the four of us. And just really cherish that time to pause. I told Bri at one point that this is that one time of year where like loose ends get tied up and we can all just relax and be and savor the moments together. So it was really nice.
Christmas was nice, quiet, just the four of us. Just break is going way too fast. But yeah, it was nice. And it's not over.
Yes. Ours was good. Same thing. Busy. We actually didn't host anything this year, which is
Wow.
fine by me.
Yeah.
Just like, when the Christmas tree's up and all the decorations, like the living room gets
Yes.
so much smaller. And
Right.
so, and that's fine. Trying to think if anything was different this year. No, I think it was good. We, tend to have a slow Christmas morning and, day. We go to his sister's every year for Christmas dinner, which is fun and loud, and it's a good time.
That's the Jingle Bar, right?
Yes. Yes. They have a room in their basement that they decorate and keep it decorated like Christmas all year round with wrapping paper on the walls, and they call it the Jingle Bar. And so
Fun.
everybody ends up down there.
Right.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. All right. So Who wants to say anything about traditions, about maybe something that you, thinking about this podcast and being here, that maybe you had forgotten about that you used to do and don't do now, or anything like that pop into anyone's mind?
My
God.
Christmas has it's completely changed since the kids, well, especially Ben was little, because when he was very much a baby, we would go to Chris's grandparents on Christmas Eve and then drive home from Titusville that night, and then Christmas morning be at our house and then go to my family on Christmas Day. So it was very busy and it was very, very crazy. And I think the first thing was we wanted our kids to have the relaxed Christmas morning at home. And then as we got more involved in a church, we really wanted Christmas Eve at church. So I think that was the first change. And then my mom, she had early onset Alzheimer's. And since she was always the hostess and she always did everything, when she stopped hosting, everybody just started kind of doing their own thing on Christmas. And it got, very
Which on one
quiet.
hand is a little bit sad
Yeah,
to end that tradition, but also started a new
right.
way of doing things that works for you guys too.
Right. And I still get together with my cousins like a little bit before Christmas, like a weekend before Christmas. They usually host, and they're the same cousins that would come over to my mom's house, and my brother will come. And back in the day, my sister now lives in North Carolina, but she would come, and whenever my dad was able to, I'd bring him too. And so we still were able to kind of recreate it at my cousin's house for a while, just not on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So it's different, but you know, it's still family and it's still special. And I don't know if you know this about the Davidsons, but we're introverts. And so
Get out of here.
I know. So we really appreciate, our recharge time that
Yes.
is very quiet and
Right.
very predictable, and don't have to worry about what anybody's thinking about or doing, and just kind of
Right.
Right.
do our thing. Yeah.
I think that's great because even though it's the holidays, you can still say, you know what, I can't people too much, or you
Right.
know yourselves enough that you can't do it. So I think that's amazing because I sometimes feel like I'm like, oh, I have to be on, or oh no, well nobody else can host, so we have to do it, or
Right.
we kind of take that on,
Right.
just to state the piece or whatever. So yeah.
Oh, I thought Lex was going to
I
say
know, I'm
something.
like,
I was
wink,
like,
wink.
hey. Well, and I think it's interesting for all of us are at such different points of our kids' ages.
Yes.
That everybody's in a different spot. Like having
Yes.
Christmas with a 4-year-old
Right.
is vastly different than having it with 19 and
Yes.
17-year-old, so
Right.
it's, different perspective.
Is it kind of like sad a little bit, like now? Because I guess there's good and bad to everything, every stage, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my 16-year-old still wants it to be like she's 4, and will be very upset if
Yeah.
we don't do all the things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we still have to. We have an elf, and the elf must move, and the elf must leave at least 2 notes.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
yes,
very specific.
an arrival note and a departure
Oh,
note.
okay.
So the elf has not departed yet because the note has
Oh.
there's no energy for a note.
Nope.
So the elf is still there.
Does your elf have a name?
Zelda Camille.
Aw.
Yes, because Zelda, after, I don't know if it was after the dog or the game, and then we had just watched the Muppet movie, and she was obsessed with the chicken.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yes.
So Zelda Camille. So
Nice.
she's been around for years, but then, the cookies were out, except she didn't take the cookies out of the box, so nobody realized that the cookies were out.
Oh.
So Santa didn't eat any cookies because he didn't realize they were for him.
Yes.
Aha. But do you move, or does the elf move every night at your house?
I mean, mostly every night. But the elf does not mess up anything, and the
Okay.
elf does not do anything
Right.
silly or funny because
Yeah.
I tell her
Yep.
that I would kick the elf out of my house
Yeah.
if the elf messed anything
Well,
up.
Brian and I actually had a conversation about the elf.
Yes.
Because we have never had one. So we're going to just blow up everybody's spot here. So if you have an elf.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
We never did it because our kids were terrified. They didn't like the idea. And I was fine with it because
Right.
Yes.
and I feel like social media kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
Was my point, is that everybody had to try to outdo
Yeah.
the creativity with moving it
Yeah.
and being funny or whatever. And like, I just felt like I don't have time for that in my life right now. Like, I'm not going to be creative at, 11 o'clock at night
Right.
trying to find a new place to put this.
Yeah. And you're just falling asleep and you're like
Yes.
in that wonderful,
Yes.
like, and it's like, oh, the elves.
Yeah. So you have 2 elves at your house.
We do. We have Derby and Snowflake, and they have a puppy. Somewhere along the line, a puppy got involved. I don't know if it was Abby or Ethan found this little puppy, and the puppy got involved in whatever diorama had been set up
Yeah.
that day, and the puppy followed along the rest of that year and left with them to the North Pole and came back the following year. So it's Derby, Snowflake, and the puppy.
We had these origami wolves for a long time that traveled with Zelda Camille, and I don't know what happened to them. But last year, there was a picture of a monkey. And Chris, if you're listening, if you remember this, I don't remember why we had this picture of a monkey that went with Zelda Camille last year.
Huh.
But like, I'm so glad Lily didn't say anything about it this year.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I was like, so Zelda Camille traveled solo, but I have one at school too.
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
for the kids.
wow.
Yeah.
Yes, Melody is at school, and
Oh,
so
okay.
the students
cute.
there.
Oh,
are
that's
more-
cute.
I get
Because you're a
it.
music
Yes,
teacher.
I get it.
And we sing to her a lot. She watches us and makes sure we're practicing for the show. So,
Yeah.
and she
Aw.
came to the show.
Aw.
And she sits right up front. And
Yeah.
yeah.
That's cute.
But she only moves. And
Right. She's not doing something creative.
Right.
Yeah.
And I tell the kids the same thing because they ask, because they'll come to school and tell me all of the amazing things that their elves did. And I'll say, well, she knows if she messes
Yeah.
up the music room. And one of them said, well, they clean up their own messes.
Oh,
I said,
wow.
oh, sure they do. Uh-huh.
And Amy Hammond, you do not have one, or you do?
No,
have-
we never. We do Santa, but then one thing like with Santa, everybody's speaking of traditions. I believed in Santa and all that stuff, but Santa's gifts were still wrapped. But we decided the Santa gifts are not wrapped. So the wrap gifts are mom and dad. We were like, no, girl, you're gonna know what we paid. Like we ain't daddy
okay.
about that,
Yeah.
But no, this year was really fun. She wanted a baby teddy bear for her big teddy bear. So last year Santa brought the big teddy bear.
that's really
But she
cute.
asked Santa for this year for the small teddy bear So that was sitting out, and then you guys know we did the whole Frozen princess thing early, so that was really technically like her big gift.
Right.
And so Santa wrote her a note that morning, and we opened it and said, "Hey, I saw that mom and dad got you the Frozen stuff, but I decided to leave something outside for you." And so we opened the blinds and we got one of those blow up Olaf things, like
cute.
snowman things. So
Yeah.
it was just magical. It was so fun.
Aw.
So that was kind of, so Santa gifts are not wrapped, but we don't do a lot of Santa stuff. So that's
Right.
just kind of how we did it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did. We
so.
did the same where the Santa gifts were never the big, the big
Yes,
gift.
right.
It
Right,
was-
yeah,
and
right.
and I'd never really thought about it before, but I had read an article like when Ethan was still little, I think, about how just kids talk.
Yes.
And you'll have kids of different social,
Right.
economic levels, and well, why would Santa give this kid something hugely outrageous? And Santa left me a lunchbox.
Right.
And I was
Right.
like, ooh, that's a really good
That
point.
is true.
So, yeah, Santa's always been
Right.
a little more low key at our house too.
Yeah.
A couple things in a stocking and
Right.
and then-
We do St. Nick's Day. Like my cousins always did it, my mom's sister, but my mom never did for whatever reason, but I really like that idea. So we do that too. It's like in the beginning of
Yeah.
you
Is
put
that
your
with
little
the shoes?
shoes
Okay.
and
Yeah.
the gold coins.
that's
Because he really
cute.
was a real man. Like it was, so it's nice to talk about him and
Yeah.
how he, kindness to people,
Right.
that kind of thing. So
Right.
yeah, so that's fun. It's just usually like a little thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
We do one thing will be from Santa, and then I think I'm funny, is that the other gifts are like given to them from a person that would be known for that gift. Like Bella wanted these pimple patches that you put on your face, and so I wrapped them up and said they were from Dr. Lee, the pimple popper doctor. Like,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
and Joe
I get
got
it.
some
That's cute.
some disc some disc golf discs, and so they were from Ezra, who's a famous disc golfer that he
Yes.
likes.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I like that.
we try to get a little, let's make it fun,
Right.
you know, and
Especially now that they're older, like going back to that, like we're all at different stages of
Right.
older kids and younger kids.
Right.
And it's going to change, I'm sure, as she gets old, obviously.
Sure.
So from the fact when she was a baby till now even has changed.
Right.
So
yeah.
yeah.
And it is nice
interesting.
that Joe and Bella and Joe's girlfriend Leah can go out and buy their own gifts now.
Right.
So that's
We've
a
been
nice
doing that
perk.
too, like sending Ben and Lily out together.
Yeah.
And been like,
Aw.
okay, go take care of it. And
Right.
Yeah.
It's really cute. Lily is
Yeah.
an excellent gift giver.
Aw.
Yeah. Aw.
She just is. She's very thoughtful.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very sweet.
Cool.
So Ben does fine. He does a great job.
Aw, Benny Boo.
Sweet.
Ben, who is
really
also in Texas.
He's in Texas. Yeah, he said it's very different than here. And I said, how? And he said, it's flat and there's no grass or trees. So there's Texas for
Okay.
you, folks.
Yeah. But he is there with the pit band.
Yes, for the
For-
Sun Bowl.
Sun Bowl.
nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is football.
Yes.
And that is all I know about that.
Not soccer.
Sports.
Sports, yes.
I love the sports.
Yes.
Oh,
my
man.
goodness.
So-
Go ahead.
I was going to say, are there any traditions that you all have brought forward from your childhoods? Like when I was growing up, my mom would always, the night before, make monkey bread in one of her bundt pans. And then that was breakfast that morning. She would throw it in, while we were doing stockings, that would be baking. And then,
Aw.
and so we made that for years. And then after a few years, like the last few years, we kind of stopped because it was like sugar overload, and we were like, we never finished it. There's always a lot left over, so we're like,
Yeah.
is it really worth it? Well, this year, Abby asked me, she's like, "Are we gonna make monkey bread this year?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I guess we have to."
Right, of
That's
course.
awesome. So
Aw.
the day before Christmas, on Christmas Eve, we made it together, and it was
Nice.
just like,
Aw.
oh, this is great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I love that that's one of the traditions that's carried forward from my childhood. Or like with Bri, they always went to Camp Joanne to get a live tree from the Christmas tree farm. And we carried that forward up until last year. We went and they had actually sold out of available trees. And so we still get a live tree. We just had to change up where we got it from. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Trying to think. I don't know if we have like an exact like something like that for as my because with my mom's side of the family, we went to Edinburgh a lot just because that's where my mom's sister was, and so we would all go up there. And so now being a parent, thinking of my mom and all those gifts they had to slam into that trunk,
Yeah.
which are 4-door like car. Like how did she do? Like they wrapped like
Wow.
no, like that would be a lot, and also get it. Like I had no idea. Like I don't know how they did it. Like
Right.
and so now looking back, I saw the wear on her that it was like it was almost more of a chore, even
Sure.
though she wanted. So I think she had that tug and pull, and she could see that I went like it was okay. Like I was with my cousins and stuff, and I have some fun memories, but I also have some not great memories. And I've talked about this before about like opening presents in front of everybody that morning. First of all, I don't like attention anyway, and then we're all opening gifts, and like people were making side comments like in my family about, oh, well, she's going to open another one because people would be done. And like, I would still have a few more left. Like I'm an only child. So my mom, that's her way of showing love was with gifts. And so she can get over the top. So then it became embarrassing. And so anyway, that was not a fun tradition.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that was
don't
a
do
bad
that.
tradition. That's
Yeah.
not happening. But then
Right.
my mom realized later, like, and she's even said now, she's like, I should have never gone up there that much. And we should have had more Christmases at home. And so, yeah, it's fine. Like I'm
Yeah.
not, but I have those moments of now bringing that into with Maggie. Like I don't want to be like over that. Like of course I want to, give her stuff, but I also know, it's
Right.
just not to give her something just because. Like just creating and having fun leading up to Christmas has been really cool. Like doing some fun things with her and
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that's more important to me. At this point.
One of my traditions that I kind of insisted that we do is that when I was growing up, we always put our stockings at the foot of our bed. And so, and I've looked it up, and it's like, it's a European tradition. I'm not sure which country it came from, but that's what we always did growing up. And it was always fun for me. Like, you'd wake up in the middle of the night and you'd like wiggle your feet to see if like you could hear the stocking.
I was gonna
And
say, is that
then-
freaky? Like, I might be
No,
freaked out as a kid.
it's
Like,
the
somebody's
best.
coming in my room.
It's the best ever. And then, and then Chris didn't like really fought me on this for a while, but now we wrap everything that's in the stocking. You wrap everything
wow.
because it slows everything down.
right,
In the
right.
morning, the kids
Yeah,
get up
sure.
and they like slowly open their stocking
Yeah.
and like they get to have that little time
Right.
before you know they
so you
come
do
in.
stockings first. We do it last.
Oh.
Well, the
Isn't
kids,
that funny? Yeah.
the
We
kids
always
do it
last.
like Ben said he didn't do his when he first woke up. But Lily got up and did her stocking, and then came down and got us up. And then usually after we open all the presents, Chris and I will go back and open our stockings together. And
So they open their stocking in private, like in
Yes.
their room.
Yes.
Oh. Oh. Yeah. See, ours are done first and all together. Like,
Yeah.
and some things get wrapped, some things don't. Like,
Yeah. Right. We've done that.
Yeah, well, like treats wouldn't get wrapped, like throw in some candy or something, but most everything. And I mean, it's like what? It's like toothpaste and deodorant, and
Right.
body wash, but
Yeah.
it's still like.
It's
and then
another
Crystal
present.
and I will take turns, and like we'll feel it and be like, "Oh, it's my face wash, thank you." And then like, "Oh, it's chapstick, thanks." Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any traditions from childhood Christmases. We would go, I'm trying to think, I don't have a great memory, but we would go every year to my aunt's house in Ohio and stay there for like that week of Christmas. So at our house, we didn't do anything. We didn't have a tree. We didn't have any decorations. There was nothing. So that didn't really start until like we got married.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you literally started from
Right.
really to create blank
Yeah.
slate almost.
Yeah.
To do your own thing.
And I mean, I have my stocking from childhood that my grandmother had made, which for the last 20 years, I'm like, I'm going to make a pattern for everyone in the family so that they all match. And
Yeah.
it's 20 years later, I have not done that. So maybe someday. I know you can buy them, but it's not, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I wanted to see if I could do it. And clearly
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't
Yeah.
right now. Maybe someday.
As your family grows.
Right? Right? See you later. But yeah. But they all have like general stockings, like not
Yeah.
personalized ones.
Yeah,
So that's,
right.
I don't know. But yeah. I like the stockings.
I do too.
so fun.
Yeah. What about like baking cookies or church or stuff like that?
Baking cookies was the first thing to go when I got overwhelmed because my mom baked cookies for everyone. Like, we had to give a plate of cookies to the bus driver and a plate of cookies to the mailman. And my dad is still friends with the mailman we had growing up. Like, that's who comes and picks him up to take him to the foot doctor. Like, he still buds with the mailman because they gave him cookies all the time. And so for a long time, like, we would make cookies, and on Christmas Eve, the kids or me and the kids would go and deliver them to our neighbors, and it was sweet, but I think they were probably a little weirded out too. Like, what do we do? Do we have to give a present? You know?
Right.
So I think when, you know, as everything in life happens, and you have to let go of things,
Yeah.
like that was the first thing to
Right.
go. And then Christmas cards this year was the first year I
Yes.
didn't do Christmas cards. And Chris makes fun of me for doing Christmas cards. And he's like, when are you going to stop? Why are you still doing this? And I'm like, but my mom, I have these memories of her sitting at the dining room table, and she hand wrote a little message to like everybody. Like, we never did the letters. We never did anything
Right.
like that. But like, she would just handwrite Christmas cards. And then when she was in the hospital, I sat in her room and did my Christmas cards one year.
Aw.
So I still think about that every time I do them. So it was kind of sad not to do them this year, but
Yeah.
something had to give, and that's
Right.
Right.
what gave.
I've really
and-
trimmed that down. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just do like aunts and uncles and stuff, because I always feel like, well, they sent me a card. I have that,
Right.
that tug and pull
Yeah.
again, but then I'm also like, I'm over it too. Sending cards is one more thing.
Yeah. We always, any Christmas card that we get, we tape it to the back of our front door.
Uh-huh.
And so every year, like you run out of space. There's like Christmas
Yeah.
cards everywhere.
Right.
And this year, I think we had like 5.
wow.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so I think everybody this year
Huh.
has really cut back. Now, we don't send out Christmas cards, so I don't know if it was just everyone was like, yeah, those furs, they're not doing it.
Scratch them
Yeah.
off the list. It's been 3
Right?
years. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But or if it's a riot, just inflation and rising postage
Right.
prices
Right.
and everything,
Sure.
everyone's just
Right.
something's got to give, and that gave for a lot of people. But that was strange to see that
Yeah.
dropped off for a lot.
And I feel bad. Like I have a few people that I send cards to that are not on social media, like older people and stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe I need to sit down and just send them a card, but
Yeah.
I have not done it.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
You could send them a Happy New Year card.
Okay.
There you go.
If you say so. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
used to do a Christmas card every year, and then we stopped in 2014 because that's the year like Trey had died in November. So clearly, I wasn't going to get my act together
Right.
to mail Christmas cards. But then, moving forward, we had done the next year, gone through a program through Children's Hospital about grieving and loss and all that stuff. And in one of the last sessions, you could ask questions to the whole group, and that was one of the questions that I wanted to ask was, how do you continue on
Oh, yeah.
this tradition of Christmas cards, but clearly there's somebody missing from the picture, but
Yeah.
you don't want to get all weird and creepy about having, I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I never got a chance to ask that question because somebody else dominated the whole time that we were in there. So I didn't know if anybody had any good ideas. And so I just kind of let it go. And really we were spending, and this was, like I said, in 2014, like $200
Oh my
on
gosh.
cards and stamps and all that stuff. So that was
Yeah.
kind of a relief to let it go. Like I was kind of sad, but just couldn't think of a
Right.
good way to do it. So
Social media has helped, I think, and in some ways
Right.
because you
Right.
can kind of stay in touch. But
Right.
right.
yeah, there's still something nice about getting a tangible thing in the mail. I
Sure.
do love that. Like that's
Yeah.
just me, but not everybody always. I don't even read all the letters. Does anybody read the letters that you get from people?
I do. I feel compelled. I do.
I do usually, but I don't get that many. I get like 2 or 3.
Yeah, right.
And the Jacksons was hilarious.
Oh.
Did you read it? It was so good. I made Chris read it. I was like, look at this.
Aw.
Jeff Jackson wrote a good letter.
Shout out to Jeff.
Aw. They're so cute. They're the cutest.
Yeah. But I think cards are representing to me of like it's just one more thing. But I think every year I say this, I should do this ahead of time. Like, okay, if I'm gonna bake, I should start in November. I should start. It's kind of like a reminder, and I say every year, and I don't. But it's sometimes you get bogged down into that stuff.
But
right?
it's like, what's the purpose? You know what I mean?
I know.
Like, if like, as the years go on, I'm like, what is important to us and to our family? And
Right.
it's not for
yes,
show.
Right.
You're
and
right.
For everyone. Like, and that's how made it a little easier to let go and what to hold on to too. Because like what I said to Chris, like like it feels good to me to do the cards. I wouldn't do them if it didn't
Right.
feel for
Yes.
me.
Right.
Like,
right.
and that's why the cookies, like my mom loved to bake, but I am not
Yeah.
a fan. And
You'll buy them at the bakery if you need
right,
something.
if
Yeah.
we need something, and my 3-ingredient peanut butter cookies that I learned
Yes.
about on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
They're
it.
delicious.
Like Santa can eat those. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. This year was different for us in that Bella was the first to wrap her gifts. And so she wrapped them several days before Christmas and immediately put them under the tree.
Oh.
And then I wrapped mine in ours and Santa's and just put them under the tree because I'm like, why am I going to make a couple trips here to
Yeah, I
hide
love
them
that.
and then
Right.
then get them out. And then Joe and Leah brought their gifts over and put them right under the tree, and so they sat there for a couple days. Jay just gave me a big thumbs down. He didn't like that.
I don't think I kind of want that too, and I don't think Chris would like it.
Yeah, it
No.
was different, but it also kind of took the pressure off. Like, so Christmas Eve, again, when you have teenagers, there is no time that we could stay up till that one of them would not still be up.
right.
And I'm not staying up until 2 or 3 in the morning to put the gifts under the tree. Like,
That's true.
Yeah.
you got to work with what you have here, people.
Yes.
Like,
right.
you're still getting the gifts.
Right.
We had a funny moment because that's what we do is we wait till they're all asleep. We sit there, we enjoy the glow. We love just that anticipation. Everything's done. The tidal wave hasn't crashed yet the next morning. It's just
Yes.
it's wonderful to just sit there. So we're sitting there and And we do this every year. And then eventually, you know, it's like, okay, time to bring the presents down and do this time. Well, we're sitting there and I'm just enjoying it. It's wonderful. Everything's been wrapped since Wednesday. We're just enjoying it. And then Bri gets up, and in my head, I'm like, okay, he's going to the bathroom. And then he goes upstairs, and I'm like, well, I guess it's time to go to bed. And I'm sitting there, and I'm getting ready to grab my phone and head up. And he comes down with some presents, and I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta bring all the presents down. Like, I had just totally spaced out, and he's like, yeah, we kind of have a few things that we need to do.
Yeah.
First.
Aw.
That's cute. Now, Chris likes to procrastinate wrapping presents.
Ugh.
So
Shocker.
He likes to stay up all by himself on Christmas Eve
Oh, no.
and vacuum and clean up the whole area. I am serious. And he likes to put them all out. Like, I'm not allowed to have anything to do with the putting of the things.
Wow.
Like, I'll bring out like boxes and laundry baskets that we have things in, and then
And then he does all the
he does
setting
it.
out.
He likes the
Wow.
to present the presentation. But we got things done earlier this year, and then Ben, it's like we got home from church and from your guys' house, and he's like, I'm going to bed. And then I'm setting my alarm for like 2, so I will wrap my presents. And I'm like, whatever, Ben.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
so funny.
I know. No. Like, just no.
Yeah.
That's how I don't know where he got that from, but that is how he works. Like,
Wow.
he will, let me get a quick nap in, and then I'm going to do my homework. Whatever, dude.
No, I did tighten up that game of wrapping gifts on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no, that does not work. Like, and now it's funny. But since I started working full time, it's been like 5 years now, 6 years. But before that, I would wait till the last minute and then be up way too late, and you know your back starts to hurt after a while. And this is stupid, and I don't even like. It's gonna take them 5 seconds to unwrap this and all that stuff.
Yep.
But now that I'm working and I have these 2 weeks off for Christmas, there's time where Bella is at school and I'm at home during the day, and Joe's at college, and so I can do
Great
it during the
time.
daytime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that's clutch.
Yes.
That's key.
Yes.
Previous years, I've been able to do that. This year,
Yeah.
our schedule was
I do
stupid.
love watching some cheesy Christmas movies,
Yes.
glass of wine, wrapping gifts.
Yeah.
It's actually become a good tradition.
Yeah. Hey, there's a tradition.
That is,
Here you
right?
go. Nice.
Yes.
Mommy has some wine time.
Now, here's a good question. Do you guys watch the Hallmark Christmas movies? Yay or nay?
I don't know if they're Hallmark per se, but there's a lot of Hallmark-esque ones like I've been watching on Hulu, and I totally got sucked in. And
Oh,
it's the
okay.
same plot, and it's fantastic, and it's just this escape. Yes.
Yeah, my 20-year-old Ben loves those movies.
Are you serious?
So I have to save them for him,
Oh.
or he will tell me like, and him and his one roommate, not Joe,
Luke.
Luke.
You know, the other one.
The other one. What's his name? They were watching them at school too. So he was
Wow.
telling me, updating me. But we have like a checklist and of like things that you have to like get in each Hallmark movie. Like
Oh, okay.
she has to be a writer. She has, you know,
Okay.
Be from the
she's
big city.
From
Yes,
the big city.
like a
Her life
marketing
is
exec.
too busy. She has to be white. So this one
Oh,
we watched, because this one we watched, we were so excited because the leads were both black. It wasn't a black best friend, and we were like, "This is amazing!
Oh my gosh.
This
Be
is
a
the
drinking
best."
game, right?
I know, because they are so predictable.
Yes.
And then he comes in and he teaches her the true meaning of Christmas because so. Oh my gosh! And then we just tease him because he got a job at Shop and Save, and I'm like, wait till you knock over this busy girl knocks over the Christmas
Oh,
display.
gosh.
You guys have to put it up together, and you get
And the music swells,
Yes.
and that's when Ben
true meaning of Christmas.
Right? Oh, that's so great.
Bring her to church.
Yes.
Show her all the lights.
Oh gosh. Admittedly, I've never watched one.
wow.
We don't get the Hallmark Channel, and I know you could watch it on something
They're on
else or
Peacock.
whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't have the brain space for it. I don't. I
Well, do you
don't
have a
enjoy.
favorite Christmas movie? That's a good tradition, is watching all fun Christmas movies.
A Christmas
Yes.
Story.
Oh,
A Christmas Story.
yes.
You'll shoot your eye out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just watched that, and then at the end, I keep bringing Ben up because we were so excited to have him home.
Aw.
But at the very end, when they're sitting and they're looking at the Christmas tree,
Yeah.
the mom and the dad,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's relationship goals
Yes.
right
Yes.
there. That is
Yes.
like, I love that.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's where our tradition of eating Chinese food on Christmas Eve came from.
Oh,
yeah, right.
okay.
Yeah.
I just noted we haven't watched it in a few years, even though it's on for 24 hours
Yes.
on Christmas. But we were watching. It got to the part in the mom and dad. It's Christmas morning, and it had to be super early. And I was like, Eric, the mom and dad have a glass of wine in their hands. And
That's what Bella pointed out. Yes.
Well,
Bella pointed that out this year.
I was like, oh, wow.
We had it playing while we were
so
opening
funny.
gifts. And it just kept replaying throughout the day. And Bella was like, wait a second. They just opened their gifts. Are they drinking
Yes.
wine? Are they okay? And I'm like,
know, right?
I don't know. I never.
Yeah, never noticed
Yeah.
that all these
is that,
years.
it has that wine. It's not bad. It's not good. It's not bad. That's what he says.
Yeah.
So Lily and I went and saw the Christmas Story house
Oh, that's
over the
right.
summer, and
Yeah.
then she found online this place that had the slide
Yes.
too.
Oh, really?
So we
Okay.
got to do that. It's in Ohio, everybody.
That means
So-
Santa in the house. They're the worst. Those poor
Oh
children.
my god.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I haven't watched the new one.
We
no,
did.
I have not either.
We watched it. It was cute. It got all of the main points, and the 70s parenting
Okay.
was clutch. It
So
was good.
drinking wine at 7 in the morning.
You're
Right?
sending your kids out to like fight the bullies.
Yes. Rub some dirt in it,
Yes,
kid.
it's fine. We'll see you when you get home.
Lex,
much.
did you say your favorite movie?
Oh man, we definitely love that one. We always watch Elf. Also, we love Just Friends.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've never seen it, and Brian keeps pushing
yeah.
it on me.
It's fun.
so
Brian
good.
gave us
Yeah.
the DVD back in the day. Like,
You will like this.
I know he did. He tried to give me
Yeah.
the DVD the other night. I think Bella gave it back to him. I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, and then Brian and I always, so we have a rotation, and right around Halloween, we'll usually watch Nightmare Before Christmas on Halloween, and that like is the starting gun for
Holidays.
Yeah, and then we'll start to we usually eat dinner as a family in the kitchen almost always, but once we watch Nightmare Before Christmas, then 2 to 3 times a week we'll eat in the living room and watch a movie. But Brian and I always watch Die Hard. That's one of my favorite
okay.
Christmas movies.
Yeah.
And then we'll always watch The Christmas Carol. I think his name's George C. Scott, the one that played Patton. That's our version. We'll watch a couple others here and there, but that's our version that we really love.
And National Lampoons. I mean,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
That's a good
that's
one.
you talk
Yeah.
about watching a Hallmark movie and drinking wine while you wrap presents. That's what Brian watches.
The
worst-
worst movie
worst
ever.
Christmas movie in the entire world was just dropped on our table.
Love Actually is the worst.
I have never
movie.
seen it.
Hot take.
And
Put
I've
it in
heard
the
people
comments.
say that they
Do you
love it,
it or
so-
hate it? It's the worst.
Please say hate it
Yes.
because it is. First of all, there's no way it would get made
No.
No.
in today's climate, politically or whatever.
Okay.
But no, and oh gosh, when I sat down to watch, and this was like a couple years ago, because everybody keeps talking about how great, how they
Right.
love
The
it and
worst.
stuff, and so I asked Bella if she wanted to watch it with me, and she was like, "Ugh, no. Well, thank goodness, because I had no clue that there was like the naughty scenes. Like there's,
Oh.
it's the storyline. It follows several couples
Yeah.
and how their lives end up intertwining. And the one couple are stand-ins, body doubles for porn movies. Sorry.
She put
Well, that's it for
got
Lunchtime
you
in Rome.
monetized.
But they're like, they're fully nude and reenacting these. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. Like
Like
thank
their
goodness.
scenes.
Yes. Yes. And they're just talking to each other casually throughout this. And like, thank goodness Bella didn't stay to watch. Like, I
Oh,
was
gosh.
mortified.
I could just see you going, oh,
Oh, it was awful. And then there's the fat shaming,
Right.
and
It's-
Oh,
she's like a
jeez.
size 8, and like
Right.
every scene
they
they're like,
called her
"Oh,
chunky, like, like,
A little thick.
yeah. It was
I don't
just
know how
awful.
anybody could love you. You're so fat."
Chunky.
Yeah,
Like,
and the cheating and the one couple, the husband's best friend comes and confesses his love to his best friend's wife, and it's just
it's
so
so gross.
horrible.
And I'm like, what about this is like a love story?
it's all terrible.
No, and in Christmas where everything is bad and
Yeah.
and families are awful and
Well, the title
People are
doesn't
gross.
sound at all appropriate for what you're talking about.
it's
ugh.
not.
It's
Now
terrible.
you have to watch it
Now
and
I do-
report.
well, right, now I
Yes.
need to.
And Ben
Yeah.
keeps bugging me because he wants to watch it now.
Ew,
'cause I talk about it
no.
all the time. Watch it by yourself, kid.
Ooh.
we should watch it and laugh at it.
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Oh, you've never seen it,
Yes.
Lex?
I've watched it.
Okay.
yes.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
we're
Okay,
going to.
well,
what,
there you go.
What is that show? We were just talking about it with the aliens.
Mystery
where-
Science.
Yes,
Oh,
well,
yes.
Mystery Science.
Yes.
Oh,
Theater.
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I
That
love
would be
it.
hilarious.
That would
Yes.
be hilarious.
We should record that. Us watching Love Actually.
Oh, it's so. It is so cringy. It's. Ugh. All right. Anyway, sorry. Back to.
Oh, gosh.
We like Scrooged.
Oh, yes.
So we watched
Yes.
we watched that, but we had watched Spirited, the new one with Will
Okay.
Ferrell and Ryan Gosling, and it's really Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds,
Ryan
yeah.
Reynolds, wrong Ryan.
There's so many.
So many, and it's really cute. It is a musical. There's one scene where they're like, these people just got to heaven, and the guy's like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "It's the afterlife. It's a musical." And I was like, "Oh, Eric's gonna hate the afterlife."
Aw.
Yes,
Eric is
like,
such
"Wait,
a champ.
This
Eric,
is hell. This isn't heaven. But they do a lot of references to Scrooged in that
Oh, yeah.
movie.
Okay.
So it was really cute.
Yeah.
We liked it.
which shout out to Eric for always being a champ and sitting through all of our kids' musicals.
Yes.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
He does.
He does. Yeah.
What about on Christmas morning? Do you clean as gifts are open, or do you wait
Oh.
till the end and make one big pile? How does your family do that?
This year we were smart. We had scissors ready to go, a little knife, like everything to cut, to open stuff, and we did have a garbage bag. So one person would. I enjoy actually watching people open gifts more than I actually like opening gifts. But
Yeah.
so one person would just kind of quickly take it.
Okay.
But yeah, but then it's still a mess even after doing
Right.
that. Like, and then I always get worried that I'm going to throw something away that
Yes.
shouldn't, because I've had that happen before.
Yeah.
I've had a gift card like
Yeah.
throw
Ah.
away. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but-
we have strategically placed garbage bags and scissors, and then so our Christmas day is 3 stages. So we have the first like 7 a.m. because the kids get up at 6:30 together, and so we've got stockings and immediate family presents and presents from my dad and brother, and then around 10 o'clock, Ron and Sally come over and we do grandparent gifts with the kids, and then at 3 o'clock.
Intermission.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
an intermission between those 2 phases, and then they go home, and then they come back at 3, along with Brian's sister and Brian's Aunt Phil, and so we've got 2 intermissions there. So we clean in between, and then and like move things to like reset the stage as we go. But those plastic bags, garbage bags to throw away stuff as we go are key. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris comes with a garbage bag.
Yeah.
He's pretty intense with that. And then we each have our own little pile for opened gifts. And this year, I used a laundry basket. I had a laundry
Ooh.
basket right there and put my stuff right there. And it was very smart.
Nice.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely clean as we go. Leah. So a new tradition in our family, I guess,
Please,
is
Leah.
Yeah.
yes. Joe's girlfriend has really become part of our family, and we sort of treat her like one of our children. And she has a stocking. She gets gifts, the same amount of gifts that our kids get and stuff. So, but this year, so she was in charge of the contractor bag. So she was our
yes.
she was our garbage lady.
Yeah.
So we definitely do
That's
it.
how we treat new Mitlows in this family.
Right? You gotta work your way up the ladder here, lady. Yeah.
Then you get a laundry basket.
But I mean, I definitely save all the gift bags and tissue papers.
Oh, I do like to do that.
Oh,
Yes,
Ben went to
for
throw away
sure.
a box and I about.
no.
like,
Yes.
I know.
No.
Wow, no.
Gotta save them.
If you are a person who puts the gift tag right
Yes.
on the bag, we all are secretly mad at you.
That is incorrect.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop it.
You put it on the tissue paper inside the bag
Right.
so you can see it.
That's, yes.
But I
Yeah.
have to tell you, this year I took a bag that somebody had done that to and just crossed out the from
Yeah.
and just gave it to Lily.
Yeah. I've definitely done that too.
yeah.
Because those bags can be, some of them
Oh,
are
yeah.
like
Yeah.
pretty pricey and got to use it more than once.
Right.
Right.
Well, I mean,
There's a Saturday Night Live episode where the moms are, the mom club, and they're saying there's only 4 bags in this town. Yes.
yeah.
Pass them around.
Yeah, and I have 2 separate bins. One is just for Christmas, and the other one is for birthdays and other holidays or
Right.
whatever. So,
Smart.
Yep.
yeah. But I also try to check myself to make sure I'm not being an actual hoarder by keeping all these bags. But I mean, I really do use them, so I feel like
Yes.
that's valid.
Do you have Gimbals boxes in your attic?
No.
No, I might have some Kaufman's
Gold
boxes. I
star
don't
box.
know.
The
Yeah,
Kaufman's box.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually
sure.
did throw away some boxes that had been crushed and were beyond
Yeah.
being able to be like taped back together in the corners. So I did throw those away. I gave myself permission to release those boxes. So
Okay, then. You're all right.
thank you. Thank you. What else? What other? Do you get like a new ornament every year? Do you decorate your tree the same way?
Maggie has her own tree, which has been really fun a tradition. So it's all of her ornaments, whether it's gifts that we like to buy her one ornament from us, and then or whatever she's into. So obviously it's all about Elsa and Anna. So she got an Elsa ornament, and I'll date it. And so yeah, I do like that. That's been
Yeah.
a fun tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has her own tree.
My mom was very into that. Everyone getting a new ornament every year.
Yeah.
And, so we have so many because of that, because Sally did that too for Chrissy and Brian. So we started our marriage with quite a few ornaments, and then with the kids, Sally's given the kids ornaments almost every year, and so we don't intentionally give them a new ornament every year, but if we see something that is like, oh, it really stands out. So like this year we went down to Florida for Thanksgiving, and we saw a really cool ornament at the place where we went for an airboat ride. And so we got a family ornament. So something that'll remind us of a good memory.
Yeah.
Yes, I
we'll
love
pick one
ornaments.
up.
Yeah,
I think they're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got Ben a pit ornament this year. And then we said, when you move out and you have your own tree, you can take it with you. But yeah,
I like that you think that Ben is ever going to move out.
I don't know. We have a lot of animals. He's sometimes like, I'll just sleep at school. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, he's so sweet. But yeah, we have so many. We also have acquired a lot of ornaments. So we have a bin that we don't put up.
Yeah.
We have 2 bins, but I also like we started just putting up the ones that really mean something to us. And it's really cute to see the ones that like Chris and I bought our first Christmas together when we didn't have a lot, and we went, and they're just Walmart ornaments or whatever, but
They have a lot of memories.
yeah, they're just special.
Right.
Yeah.
And does
Yeah.
the whole family help decorate the tree, or do you have to do that by yourself?
This year, well, Chris always does the lights. He puts the lights on, and then Lily and I put the ornaments on.
Okay.
Yep. And usually Ben helps me, and we usually watch Christmas Eve on Sesame Street, which is the best Christmas movie, and I completely forgot about it.
Oh.
So big vote
Okay.
for Christmas Eve on Sesame Street. But we usually watch that while he put up ornaments. So now we'll have to watch it when he comes home from Texas.
Aw.
Yeah, I usually help Brian get the tree up in the stand. We usually do the lights together. Although this year, I had to take Abby out for something, so he did the lights himself. And then we all put our own ornaments on the tree.
Oh.
Although Ethan did not put any ornaments on the tree this year.
Oh.
He didn't feel like it. So
Okay.
that was okay. I think some of them, Brian did put a couple on for him, but that was all right. That was what he decided to do.
Yeah. All right. Well, Maggie, I'm sure.
Well, this is her first year of preschool, so we're getting all these adorable ornaments and all of her things,
yes.
and I'm just like, I'm just smitten by it. I'm eating it up so
Yes.
much. Like there was this little angel they made. It's her little face. Oh my god! Yeah, and the little macaronis, and I can't. And they made candles this year. Like they've just been very busy. So because every time you're at school on their little dry erase board, it says what they did for the day, and the whole month of December it kept saying working on Christmas surprises. So
yeah.
we got all of these things like a couple weeks, week before Christmas, and so
That's
I'm eating it up.
adorable.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Oh, I still have, I mean,
it's the best.
you know, the little popsicle reindeer. It says
Yeah, right,
Joe
right,
2007 on it. You know,
Yes.
Bella, like the gingerbread
Yes.
trees or something. I
It's
don't
so
know.
sad when they go to middle school and like they don't do presents for you in school anymore.
Right.
And you're like, where's my Mother's Day thing?
Right.
And my
Your ashtray.
Yes, I know my ashtray. I have a spatula though.
You
with
can
a
put
little
your
face
butt out
on
in Ben's
it.
face.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I definitely remember having to send in a lot of money for those like secret Santa shops at the elementary school, which
We only
Like-
let them buy for the pets.
oh, nice.
Do they still do it?
Yeah,
they
they
still.
do.
Oh, okay.
100% they do.
Yeah.
For
Yep.
$500, you can buy this pencil.
These parents send in so much money.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, our school does it where I work, but we opted this year to not have the 3-year-old class participate because it's just so far beyond them and it's
Yes, that's
chaos. And when you
overwhelming.
change their schedule, it's like unleashing
Yes. Yep.
some
Yeah.
sort of animal. Like
Yeah.
it's just not good, which I really felt good about that. Like,
Right.
because it's just chaos.
Oh, yeah.
So,
They did it at my dad's nursing home.
Aw.
They had Santa
Oh
Claus.
my gosh.
that's cute.
That's so cute. Wow.
Yeah.
Sunrise, sunset.
Oh, that is
that
cute.
is
Because I imagine some of them probably can't get out to the stores.
Right.
Like,
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
nice.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah, I feel like so when we keep all of our bins of Christmas stuff up in the attic, and Jay will bring them down, and then like this year he was joking around. He's like, "So you want me to help you?" And I was like, "No, I don't," because I need to take everything out of the bins and look at it and
Right.
like have it tell me where it wants to be.
Yep.
Right.
This year, and as I'm putting stuff out, I put the stuff that's normally on display in the empty bins to put them aside
Right.
until
That's what I
like
did too. Yep.
and I can't have people messing
Nope.
with that. And
Yeah.
Bella did help me with the ornaments this year. She, she loves to hear the story behind each one and put them because there's, some really special ones. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Chris was doing outside. He went and did outside, and I
Okay.
did inside. So
Yeah.
That's
it
pretty
worked.
much what we do.
When do you guys de-decorate?
Oh, that's a big fight.
Oh,
'Cause
let's
he
talk
would-
about it.
He would let it stay up till Valentine's Day.
Oh,
By like Martin Luther King Day, I'm ready.
okay.
Typically New Year's weekend, New Year's Day
you
weekend.
Yeah.
get early.
Yeah, but then I keep winter up. Like I'll take
Yes.
Christmas down, like the tree, but I'll keep some wintry things up.
Same.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I would imagine ours will probably be coming down after this coming weekend.
Yeah.
yeah, which is
Same.
it is sad. Like you're just like, wait,
You
it's all it
guys,
is. It's so
I thought-
depressing.
I just
Yeah.
feel like,
Here
But
Just
then
Chris
I get to a
Davidson.
point, I'm like, I'm done. I'm over
yeah,
it.
it's just, it looks a little too cluttered in my mind, even though I love everything
Yeah.
and
Yes,
love looking at it,
Yeah.
but I need to start the new year
right.
uncluttered.
Yeah.
And
I start worrying about the tree catching on fire.
yes.
I do too. Yes,
Yeah. That's why we have an artificial tree.
Eric's shaking his head right now. Our producer is shaking his head.
Is it time for us to be done? Oh,
He's just
I know.
shaking his head because I said I'm worried about it.
Yes,
Catching on fire.
because
He's
I
like, "Hun,
don't.
it's fine.
Yes, that's exactly how it happens in our house. Well, and that's a tradition that Chris brought because I never
What a
had-
fire in your living room.
Exactly. A real tree.
Arson.
A real tree because I was actually really petrified to have a real tree.
Yeah.
I never had one growing up, and I had heard stories about bugs or
Yes.
people being allergic to them.
And a squirrel coming out at you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I've seen a movie like that. But yeah, he convinced me, and I really like having the real tree. And we go to Grupp's farm, and we cut one down, and we've been doing that. One year they were, they were closed because they had to just have more trees grow, and we went to another place that had a firing range real nearby.
Oh,
and
gosh.
Lily was
Yeah. None too pleased.
out of her mind. So now every year she's like, "Well, is it Grupp's? Is it? Is it
Aw.
that?"
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
She will remember that forever.
Yeah,
That's
she
a
really
fun
will.
tradition.
Right?
Remember when we traumatized you with the gunfire? Yeah.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
No, but Grupp's is a really cool place. It's like up 19, and here's a free plug. And you can go and cut down your Christmas tree, and you can put it on your cart and then come home. And it's really fun.
Yeah.
The end.
We have these scented sticks that you hang inside
You
your.
like those? Really?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm surprised.
Here's the thing. We've had the same stick on the tree for like 3 years. Because when you do open the package, it's like
Right.
like way
Yeah.
too much smell.
See, that
So
seems-
even after like 3 years, the same stick
Okay.
still smells like a tree.
Not public bathroom. I don't know. It's
No,
kinda
it's not.
borderline That, you know what I mean?
It does. Yeah, it does not.
Some
It
of that
smells.
stuff?
It's a good.
All right.
It's the good kind.
Okay.
Not the,
the good public
not
bathroom.
the not the gas station bathroom, but maybe like the Eden Park bathroom. I don't know.
Not the Golden Corral, but
Oh Lord, oh man. Ugh.
You ever been to Peachins?
nope.
No, what words are you saying?
Peachins. No.
What is it?
Excuse me.
Is it the bathroom at the Golden Corral?
Oh my gosh, it could be. We used to go out to Gabe's to go shopping when I was a kid, and it was like they didn't have any around here. We had to like drive somewhere, and at that time they didn't take credit, so my mom would like save up all of her cash so we could go to Gabe's, and I was so
Aw.
excited because I have like brand name clothes and
Yes.
everything. But then one time she's like, "There's this place called Peachins that everybody at work talks about. It's amazing. You can get a burger for a quarter. You can get a hot dog for a dime." And we're like, "This sounds amazing." And it is exactly the kind of place
Yeah,
that
you
you
would
could
think,
get
"Ooh."
a burger for a quarter and a hot dog for a dime. And the bathroom is
Blech.
etched
no.
in my
Yeah.
adolescent
Gross.
memory. So thank you. You're welcome. There's
Wow.
my
Yeah.
don't go to Peachins.
I remember specifically making a Facebook post saying that the bathrooms at Golden Cross smell exactly how you think they would.
Yes. Right.
It's so gross.
It's, yeah, just gross in general. But it reminded me when you were talking about stores and stuff. Hills. Do you remember Hills? You'd have
Yes.
layaway.
Yes.
That was the
Did you
thing.
hear they're
My
making
parents did that.
a Hills food truck?
No.
They're making a
Oh my
Hills
gosh!
food
What
truck.
of like their snack bar?
Yeah.
that's
oh,
hilarious.
that's funny. Yeah, there was
Those
a
nachos and
there was a Hills on Perry Highway where I grew up, like right down the
Yeah.
street. And when it closed, they tore it down and they built CCAC North Campus in that parking lot. So they called it Hills University.
that's awesome.
Oh my gosh!
They probably still
That's so
do, even
funny.
though the kids that go there now weren't even.
Right.
But man, parents did layaway. I remember waiting in line
Yes.
forever in that line. It was
Gosh,
awful.
I had the
Yeah.
Hills version of all the cool things that people had at school. Like they had the brand name, and I had the Hills.
Wait, what's the Sharpie version? I always love
Sean Ray?
Sean Ray's.
Wow.
My mom bought me knockoff Sharpies for school called Sean Ray's. You're welcome.
Oh
Oh
boy.
gosh, I love it so much. Oh gosh. All right. Well,
Yeah.
is that
Any-
a wrap,
I-
ladies?
I think
Okay.
it might be.
I think our producers is okay. Well, that's it for episode 183. Please make sure to give us a like or follow on social media and visit us at lunchtimeinrome.com. While there, take the relational needs questionnaire. Thanks for joining us at the table for Lunchtime in Rome.
Lunchtime in Rome.
Lunchtime in Rome.
Girl time in Rome. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.